Hi guys, and welcome to part 14 of my tutorial. This time we're gonna make the player collision and we're gonna use a script for that, and maybe we'll also do a visual effect with a shader if the video doesn't get too long, of course. Otherwise I'll make a real quick video about that later on. But anyway, let's get to it. So I'm gonna use an old script. I'm gonna use the player health script that I already used or made in the previous tutorial. And right now, let's first have a look at our player. He has a box collider 2D, and it is not a trigger, it's a normal box collider. And the same goes for our bat. It has a box collider 2D without trigger. So let's make a void collision, and no, not a void on collision, and it's gonna be a stay. So if the two collisions are touching each other and staying collided, then this function will trigger. And we're gonna have a parameter in our function, and it's gonna be a collision of the type collision 2D, and let's call it enemy hit. This actually references to the collider, the box collider of the object which collides with the player box collider. So in this case it references to the box collider 2D of our bat. Anyway, let's enough talking, let's just continue with our function. So we're gonna make a condition if the enemy hit dot game object dot if the enemy game object dot tag is equal to, then we're gonna have this. Okay, let's see what tag our bat has. It's on tag. Let's make a new tag. Call it enemies. And go back to the enemy and give him that tag. Okay. So, if the collider that hits with our player collider is a game object with the tag enemies, then we'll have health lowered with 10 units, and this should do the trick. Vert. That's odd. Anyway, let's see if it works. Let's go to our player and keep the player in our inspector, and let's pay attention to our health. It's 100 right now, and when they collide it stays 100. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Should have gone to 90. So what did we do wrong? Collision 2D on void on collision stay 2D. I think this should be a capital. Was that our mistake? Was it such a small mistake? Yes, it was. That was our mistake. Right now we can see our health dropping amazingly fast, so we know the script is working. Anyway, let's add something else to our script. Let's make 2 new floats, and let's call this one vertical push, and this one float horizontal push. Okay, and let's make this equal to the enemy hit dot game object dot transform dot position dot y, because it's vertical, and we're gonna do this minus the transform dot position dot y of our player. And let's copy this and paste it here, and let's make these two a x. I think this is right. I don't see any mistakes. And let's here make a rigid body. Why don't I get any help from monodevelop? I closed them. That's odd. Rigid. That's odd. Anyway, I don't care. Rigid body 2D dot add force with a capital, and let's make a new vector 2. I'm getting no help from Unity at all. And let's give that new vector through minus horizontal push and minus vertical push. So yeah, this should do the trick, I think. Let's save it and try it out. What I'm trying to make is a sort of, the name rigid body does not exist. That's odd. Wow. We're constantly forgetting the capital D. And we got another fault. The type or namespace vector2 could not be found. We're constantly forgetting. This is how important the help is from monodevelop, from the inspector, not the inspector, but the script editor. Okay, right now what we're trying, what we have tried to make is give the player a light pushback when he gets hit, but it doesn't work. Or maybe it works, but the force is too low. So let's multiply this by 1000 just to be sure if it's working or not. Let's try again, and it's being pushed, and then the bat stops for a second. That's odd. Why is he stopping? That should be a problem in our AI1 script. Void on collision, enter. Player hit. If player hit is tagged with player, stun is true. Stun time is 1. If stun time is... Oh wow, I forgot we made this. This is actually not bad at all. So let's make this a bit lower. and let's convert the policies or something like that, and let's try it now. A bit lower, 0.2. Save again, play, and I zoomed in the camera so we get a better view of it. Yeah, that looks great. As you can see, the player health is constantly lowering with 20. That's odd because we put in 10. What if I make it 5? Is it gonna be 10 then? In that case? Yeah, in this case it's 10. So the collision time is not that fast, and that's why we're staying too long connected. And this is a problem that that occurs because we're using the 2D physics system of the built-in physics system that Unity offers. Because when you add a force, you have acceleration, and at the beginning you're accelerating real slow, so we're not immediately moving, we're still a bit connected with our bed, and that's why we're running this script 2 times, it seems. That's the only real explanation I can think of. But it's not that bad if it stays consistent enough, of course. And it's pretty consistent, if you ask me. So it's alright, that's not a real problem. So yeah, the stun with the bed is also right. I'm okay with that. So let's close this. And as you noticed, if we're not walking, the bat is constantly hitting us and we're constantly lowering health. And right now it doesn't seem like a big problem, but with multiple enemies you'll get knocked back by them if you get hit by them, of course, because that's what we did here in the script. But if you get knocked back in the wrong direction and get knocked to another enemy, you'll immediately get knocked back again, and you'll in the worst case get stuck in a loop where you die immediately because you get hit too much because of the recoil, of course. So let's add something else to our script, and to do this we're gonna make a timer. So let's go here and let's go make a private float. Let's call it hit time, and let's make hit time is time dot time dot time. I'm getting no help from the any case, and let's make it so that if another condition, if the hit time plus 0.5 is smaller than time, the current time, then we can do this. So right now what I did is made, just a second. So what I did is make this part only occur every 0.5 second, of course, if these two conditions are true. So let's save this and see if it works. So right now we're playing, and if we get hit, we don't get hit for 0.5 seconds. It works, because if I do this, so if I delete the condition and do the same thing, our health is going to lower much faster, I thought. Yeah, here. Oh, let's do this. Anyway, that's not the same if I do these away. You see, in the other, when we did that, when we blocked that condition, we were our health was lowering like crazy, and now it's in a controllable pace, so you're invulnerable for 0.5 seconds after you get hit. Let's lower this actually. Let's make it 0.3. 0.5 is too overpowered. So I think that's it. So yeah, all the things are working as they should, and I look forward to the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day, guys.